Who wrote? This piece I want to share with you guys this evening talks about black folks, where we been, where we at right now, and where we got to go. This piece is entitled Black Crisis. They claim everyone was treated equal in America. That was only if you were Protestant, Anglo-Saxon, and white. You see, if America was such this land of equality, it wouldn't have took laws to make them do right. For over 400 years, they tried to hold our people back. Some even used the Bible for validation. We've cried and died while they just stole and lied simply because of our pigmentation. Now, when the biggest lies came at the end of the Civil War, we were promised 40 acres and a mule. But all we've gotten is Democratic Party donkey crap and a whole bunch of projects to rule. You see, after slavery, they need to keep us in check. So they lied and played us like we were fools. It was their fear of miscegenation that was the ultimate motivation, so they oppressed us and pretended it was cool. They said, you niggas can live a long and healthy life if you obey us and you follow our rules. For recreation, there'll be plenty of basketball courts, so don't let us catch your black asses in our pools. Or we even gonna be nice and give you a little education, but you can't come to our schools. And of course, you know about messing with the white women, because the punishment for that's gonna be cruel. Untold amount of black men were taken out to the boondocks where nobody could hear his pleas. And some farmer woke up that next morning with some strange fruit hanging from his trees. You see, back in those days in the dirty, dirty South, we were tried and convicted with no proof. Our judge was an oak tree with a noose for a gavel. Our jury had a tail and 4 hooves. But they tell us to forget about the way your people suffered. They tell us to stop living in the past. While they have Civil War reenactments every other month and they worship the rebel flag. Freedom of speech, but watch what you say, it's just the way it always been for us in this land. They murdered and destroyed the Black Panther Party. They ain't do nothing about the Ku Klux Klan. They didn't want you to have a decent education because they knew the strength of our minds. They didn't want us to play in the professional sports because they knew how we was gonna shine. 1965, we got the right to vote, but y'all look at that Florida ruckus. Yeah, y'all go ahead and vote all you want, don't mean they gonna count them suckers. Now, supposedly, it's a war on drugs. But look how this done fared. 70% of drug consumption is white folk. 80% of drug cases, blacks go to jail. They rounded black folks up by the thousands every day, and they throwing our asses in cells. Instead of yapping like they trying to keep drugs out the country, but they ain't keeping them out the goddamn jails. They'll never go to the real root of the problem. That's what rich white folks do they deeds. They ride around our neighborhoods picking up young black men, just breaking off the stems and the leaves. So the marijuana trees and the coca leaves come in stronger and faster every day. Meanwhile, they destroying our communities with this hypocrisy. But that's always been the American way. They purposely target black neighborhoods. That's why they know it's gonna get sold. Keep us busted and disgusted into our own mistrusted, trying not to be beggars on white rocks of gold. Now whether you're a user or a dealer, you can't be long in that game. It's something our souls and our pockets can't afford. Got us going to jail, killing each other, neglecting our kids and acting like hoes. Now I ain't trying to preach a lecture to nobody. It's in my life, I was a part of this scandal. But every man must decide whether to put any drug in his body, his mind may or may not can handle. So we gotta start getting it together, my black people. Our crisis is at hand. While they get richer and living longer, we die younger and poorer in this land. And these rap videos and picture shows teaching our kids it's all about sex, money, and bleed, bleed. So we trying to raise poor kids with family values and morality in a world that revolves around material things. All our young men grow up thinking our women bitches and hoes. And our young ladies want ballers with fancy cars. She'll eventually get pregnant and become a single mom because he'll eventually end up dead or behind bars. Oh, you ain't know? It's 1 million of us in jail right now, mostly over weed and coke. For us, that's 1 million of our kids without their daddies. For them, that's 1 million niggas that can't vote. And that's 1 million baby mamas working long, hard hours, trying to take care of them kids by herself and survive. With no fathers there to give them parental control and direction, some of these young cats run around like they got 9 lives. This whole Willie Lynch tactic. They used to control us as slaves. You break up our family, because that's what makes us strong. Back in those days, they could just sell off a few slaves. Now they're using dope, and we do the rest on our own. Sometimes I sit back, and I think about our ancestors. Would they feel happy, saddened, or betrayed? They probably turn it over in their graves by the way we behave, taking all this for granted for which they fought, died, and gave. Now I know it ain't never been easy for us, but we gotta make it better some way, somewhere, somehow. But we can't sit back and wait for white folk to solve problems they're helping to create. We gotta do it ourselves, and we gotta do it right now. It's a crisis, y'all. Thank y'all. I got CDs.